Round of applause, guys. Round of applause. I need the energy, guys. Energy. Okay, so the next question, we're still on education and certificates and, just making the most of it, right? So what practical steps can students take to make the most of their university years beyond academics?
Thank you for that. Again, I will still address my people. How many of you here now are writing WAEC next session? Let me see your hands up. All right, because your life in the university, let me see you. So SS3 students, by September next month, you're going to be in SS3. Let me see your hands. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fantastic. This is good, right? So you're getting an early start to everything. How many of you here are aspiring to get into the university? You dream of it. You dream of it. They're like, God, one day, do it for me. Great. You know that whatever you are dreaming about for university starts now. So again, I'm going to start out with addressing people who are not in the university yet, because again, it would give you a head start. Finish strong with your SSC, like your writing WAEC is a big deal, right? Some of you now still have the luxury of trying to figure out which university you're going to go to, which course you're going to study. That is good. But for the people who are already in the university, 100 level students, let me see. You just started. Let me see, 100 level, 200 level, 200 level. I'm seeing the same set of people raise up their hands. You're not in school yet. 300 level. Okay, final year.
No final year.
No final year. All right. Now, final year. Okay, fantastic. Congratulations.
Just don't know you.
Now, the university is a big place. Some people are looking forward to going to the university because they feel like, mommy will not tell me to do this again. Daddy will not do this. I will have all my freedom. But with that kind of freedom comes a lot of responsibility. And as somebody who is a lecturer in a university, I will tell you this for free. A lot of young people come in there and they are lost. Because again, they have all the freedom in the world. So if I'm going to advise you as somebody who has gone through the university and as somebody who is now a lecturer in the university, the first thing I will say is this. Make sure you know the child of whom you are. You know how they tell you your parents to sit down and draw your ears? I wish I can say it in complete Yoruba sentence. More. Abi, they'll tell you like that. Your parents will pull your ears and they'll tell you these things. It is very important when you get to the university, because by the time you get to the university, the first thing you will see is everybody is doing as they like. Right? People have their own things, they're doing as they like. And so it's very important that you remember who you are. You know who you are for yourself. Remember who you are when you get into that environment. The other thing I would actually encourage young people to do is be amongst the right communities. Because again, with the freedom that you have as young people, you'll find out that people will now feel like, they can choose not to go to classes because some of their friends are telling them not to go to classes, right? But then if you belong to the right groups, for people that are in university, you've heard of groups like ISEC. You've heard of groups of like JCI. I don't know what universities are represented here.
And Lasso.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Now, these are amazing organizations. Some of you, even your school fellowship, it's a good place for you to grow yourself. So again, know whom you are, know who you are, and then the second thing is find yourselves amongst the right groups of people in places where you can learn how to do things. For a lot of people, it's in their school fellowship that they perfect photography, for example. They pick up skills, like they can lead a group of people, they can gain skills, they can work for other people. When you are in the university, I would encourage you to expose yourself to the right kind of people, because groups like ISEC and JCI will give you a lot of exposure, not just locally, but internationally as well. Another thing I would also encourage you to do when you find yourself in the right groups of people is try your hands on things. Don't just limit yourself to, okay, I'm studying microbiology. That's good, but don't stop there, right? What other skills can you gain? What other skills can you get? I find a lot of people who use their time in the university to work for other people. They use their their weekends to start a business. They are developing skills, they are learning. All right. So the first thing I say is know whom you are. So when you get into school, you're not lost. The second thing is find yourself in the right groups of people. And then the third thing would be try your hands on things. Start a business if you can. learn a skill if you can, but make sure you are developing yourself. Thank you. That was rather long, but
Wow.
yes.
It was long, but I feel like it was needed. Like it needed to be said, right? And so we're still going to be talking on thriving while still in the university. And so the next question is for you, all right. How can students manage relationships with peers, lecturers, and even themselves in a way that helps them thrive in the university?
You need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. I hope the Holy Spirit will help this to resound in your heart when you need it the most. So let me put this in an acronym actually. How many of you know the word how? Like maybe I'm blowing on, yeah, how. Like that's HARP. Very good. But I'll use that word. First is happiness. First is happiness. Second is appetite. Third is relationship. And fourth is profession or being professional, basically. You need to simplify your happiness. You need to simplify your definition of what makes you happy. Simplify it to a level whereby it helps you to be productive. Let me tell you why people lose their heads when they get to school or while they're in school. It's because they just want to do what makes them happy. It's as simple as that. It's as simple. I'm telling you, people get drunk, party all night, and all of that. It's because they just want to be happy. Because those things, in a way, they find it fun. And the problem with that is, if you don't define your happiness, you don't simplify your definition of what happy is to you, you will do anything. You can do anything. So it's best that when you are defining your happiness, let it align with the productive you. Something that makes you productive, something that makes you, valuable. Immediately you do that, every other thing that comes your way, you'll be able to pick. It's just like, which leads me to my second point, anyways. It will affect what is desirable to you. When you simplify your definition of happiness, what happens is that it defines or it, directs your desire, which leads me to the second thing, which is appetite. Meaning what is desirable to you, how you apply what you want, what lifts your heart, basically. So I'm saying this because I think this goes for if you are entering into school, if you are in school or you're about to leave school. This applies to everybody, including people that are out of school. Interestingly. So, your appetite is very important. Your desire, how you manage it, you need to look into it as well. Because when you are happy, when your happiness directs your desire, now it's now the question of or the quest of how far can I take this desire? How far? Oh, okay. My happiness has made me so productive. I love a particular course. I love to do this. I love to do that. How far should I take this? She said something. I'll use that instance. You like to be your hands. You like your hands to be at work to get things done. So maybe you start a business, and your desire to make the business grow. Yet you still have your study, right? Now you have to manage those desires. Because the truth is, as your happiness leads you into sets of desires, even though all those desires are going to make you productive, you still have to be able to manage them. So how you have to understand how far can I take this? How far is too far? I've seen.
Like, where do I draw the line?
Yeah, where do I draw the line? Yeah, I will give an instance and I'll move on from there. My brother used to is I think he's way brilliant than I am.
Interesting.
And when he was in school, he still in school, by the way, he left one school to join another school. But when he was in his former school, he loves forex trade. Jesus, he's so good. And he's a very good risk taker. But the problem now is how far is far, because there was a time he used his school fees to do forex. And then we had to have a family meeting on his behalf for that. Even though he's brilliant, I mean, he's money literate, but there has to be that line. You have to understand how far is too far. Then I'll move to the next, which is relationship. She said much about it, basically. I'll tie that to what she said. How should your relationship be? Your relationship with
Your lecturer?
your lecturers,
Your peers?
and your peers. You need to understand that keep some things professional. Your lecturer is your lecturer. So treat people based on, okay, yeah, this will be very clear. This is very clear. Value the personhood and respect the position. So if somebody is in a particular position, meaning a lecturer, you respect their position. Their personhood you may not like. Sometimes you may not like. So, but for the sake of their position, respect them and take what it is that they are saying, just for you to go. And then for your friends, value persons, value people. Let me tell you this: the relationship you create in school might be what will pivot you when you're out of school. So value people, and respect positions. You understand? That's how to navigate everything, honestly. And then to the last one, which is professional. You have to have a foresight of when you are doing stuff, when you are gathering knowledge and all of those things that you're doing, you are applying yourself to things. You have to start to look at it as a profession, not just a hobby. You have to start to look at it like that. Look at it like a profession. What value does this bring to the table? Like they say, what value does this bring to the market? Now, first, you need to understand the value that you have as a person. You are valuable. The value in you is intrinsic. You are valuable. Just know that already. But so, that means everything that now comes out of you has to be also be valuable because it's an extension of you. So now you have to now see that how does this value apply in different people's life? How does it value apply in the market space? I would give this to end it. Sorry, I talked too much. I'll do this later. When I was in school, people used to call me a mediator. I didn't know there was a profession called that. My friend will reach out to me because they know that I'm very good with words. I'm very good with writing and all of that, and I'm very good with talking to people or getting people to reason in a particular way. So they reach out to me, especially if they have issues with their boyfriend or girlfriends. I hope you don't have one, though. I'm looking at you. They reach out to me, say, this happened. I said, okay. I said, this is what you will do. I will help them write a message. I'll first ask them, what happened? This happened. What do you want to tell this person? This is what I want to tell this person. Or do you think that's the right way to think about it? We'll reason about it, and then when we come to a conclusion, I'll help them to write like a message. They will send to the person. The person that they have been calling all day, or maybe the lecturer that have been reaching out to all day, I did not reply them. We reply them. We pick their call the next time they call. All because of that text message. That pivoted me to when I finally realized that there was a profession that is mediation. I was like, wow! I took it immediately. And afterwards, I started writing. And afterwards, I became a mediator. Basically, I got certified 10 years ago and I started practicing. I have a firm now, and that's my life now. So let's take that kid first.
Wow. Yeah, once again, it was long, but it was very important that some things were stretched. And I hope you guys were able to take, especially the fact that you can be inclined to some certain things. Maybe some things come naturally to you. There are some things that you may call hobbies, some things that you may call talents. But how can you use that talent or that skill that you've learned somehow, some way? Maybe your mom sews and somehow you picked it up, or there's somebody in your family that cooks and somehow you help them and you are system, and you've just been exposed to those things, right? How can they be of value to you, especially as a student? There are different ways you can make money, and using the skills that you have to make money, right? So it's important that you actually pay attention to those things. But we are cramped for time. And I'm going to be asking you another question, Mercy. How can students position themselves to compete globally and become part of the society of change makers?
Okay, thank you so much. For everyone in the university now or aspiring to get into the university, one of the things I want you to get very familiar with is the Sustainable Development Goals. How many people know what that is? SDGs, right? Fantastic. Now, with the SDGs, by the time you read the SDGs, you find yourself tilting. Maybe you have some. How many of those things interest you? If you know the SDG, let me see. How many? Okay, can you somebody shout out which of them? Yeah, how many of them? 17 of them, right? Okay, how many of those things interest you? 2. No poverty and what? Zero hunger. Okay, zero hunger. Who's here? You said? Energy. I didn't hear that. Sustainable energy and then what? Clean water and sanitation. Okay, now I want you to go back again and look at the SDG goals, right? Because again, you're thinking global, right? And now the Sustainable Development Goals are the 17 goals that the United Nations came up with to say, by the time we solve all these problems, the world will be a better place. Now, the good thing about that is there are several people across the world who are trying to solve those same problems. So as a young person, whether you are studying accounting or physics or whatever it is you're studying, if you want to position yourself as somebody who is a global change maker, find yourself attached to one or at least 2 of the SDG goals. Make sure you are learning about it, you are doing projects about it, and you are visible with these things that you're doing. For me now, I am very passionate about Goal 4 and Goal 8. And I talk about this a lot. I even have an organization around those 2 things. Now, if you want to position yourself as a global player or as a global change maker, it would come back to for you to become the change you want to see. But then again, go back and study the SDGs, find out any of those 2, and by the time you find yourself playing in, say, the education space or clean energy, you can go online and begin to search for, go on Google, just regular Google, search for opportunities in, put the industry or put the area, opportunities in this for young people. You will find out that there are several conferences, not just in Nigeria, global conferences that a lot of young people even get funded to attend. A lot of programs and fundings available for people who are running such programs or running projects in those areas, and then you begin to position yourself out there globally. Now, for some people, they are waiting for when America will call them. But before you get to America, start in your environment, start in your neighborhood, right? So you're in the university now. What can you do about quality education? What can you do about clean energy? What do you know that you can teach other people? So you can start locally in your environment, but then again, you are checking online, researching and learning a lot more and applying yourself to opportunities. That's what I would encourage, really.
I mean, the applause speaks for itself, right? I think one takeaway that I would take from that, what you said, is using tools like the internet, to check for different things. A lot of us use our internet to do TikTok and Instagram, and those things are not bad in and of itself, but you need to find ways to be able to use the internet for other things that will bring you the impact that you need, other things that will bring you the growth that you desire. What are you searching on ChatGPT? Are you just using ChatGPT to do your assignments? Or are you actually using it to do research that would actually make you better as a person? I know you said, oh, when I when I finish school, I want to do this. But have you researched about that industry that you're about to play in? What are you doing to actually be in that industry? Or you think that 5 years of experience will just come while you're in school? Just like that. No, my darling. All right, let's wrap this up, right? So final advice to every single person here. So we'll start from you, all right, then we'll move to Mercy.
Always start from you. There are situations in life that will make you feel like you're going back to ground zero. Let me tell you, like, I'm going to be very real with you. There are situations that will bring you to a space where you feel like you're starting from the beginning. I'm hoping that one day this word, I'm not going to apply to any university yet. I just want to see how my knowledge of putting out educative stuff, how does it work? Let me see who can grab this. So I started writing. I just started writing. And then lots of people started grabbing to it. So a lecturer reached out to me. She's actually in the fact, I love what you write. Please can you come on? And that's how I got the job. I've never really applied for any job. Let me be very sincere to you. I've never really. When I was in Calabar, I started my first job as a lawyer. I was in Calabar, I was just where I was. He knew that I was like in the no man's land because my parents wanted to go there, but I had the intuition, the spiritual intuition to go there. So I went there. Nobody knows me. I don't know anybody. I was just there. Fortunately for me, I got a firm that paid for my house, gave me a house, gave me everything, furnished everything. And then I was in a courtroom one day and I was speaking. And then there was a lawyer from Lagos, came to Calabar. Who knows? I said, young man, I like how you speak. I like what you do. And then he said, when you're back in Lagos, call me. And that was it. Why I'm painting all these scenarios is because all those times I didn't know. At some point, you will almost feel like I don't know where to start. I don't know how to. But start from you. Just start from you. You are enough. Always know that you are enough. Start from you. You are the reference point. You are the reference point. Start from you. Always start from you. And I hope that this message will sound in your mind when you most need it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So apply yourself in anywhere that you find yourself so that you can get noticed, right? And not just even to get noticed, just so that you can be better.
So even if you don't remember anything that was said today, I want you to remember 4 Gs if I'm going to give an advice to anybody. And I'm going to go over them really fast. The first thing you have to do as a young person is have clear goals. Have clear goals. Like, don't live your life aimlessly. You wake up every day, what will be, that kind of stuff. Don't live your life like that. If you're in secondary school now, your wife is saying, okay, I'm aiming for 5 A's, I'm aiming for 7 A's. Have clear goals, all right? The next thing you're going to try out to do is have grit. The word is spelled G-R-I-T. And it's another word for I get coconut head. And it's not in a negative way, but it's about you saying that you have resilience. Because as young people now, I find that a lot of young people give up so easily. You try something, it doesn't work out, you just close it, and you say, maybe I'm not cut out for it. Right? The big people that you celebrate today, they didn't just wake up overnight and then they are big stars. They put themselves to it, they show up and they sweat and they do all of those things. Alright? So make sure you're not giving up on yourself. You try something, it doesn't work. Don't take it as, oh, I'm a failure. Take it as, oh, I have learned one way this thing cannot work. Alright? Now, the third G I want you to know about is growth. You're not competing with anybody. You're not competing with anybody in your class. You're not competing with anybody in your department. You're competing with the person you were yesterday. So if you're asking yourself at the end of today, if you don't learn anything, you failed yourself today because you wasted every resource that had come your way. So make sure that at the end of every day, you're asking yourself, what did I learn today? Today is over. What did I learn today? How did I grow today? What was my first G? G is what? Grit. Don't give up. Keep trying. The third G is what? Growth. Make sure you're adding to yourself. At the end of the day, you ask yourself, what did I learn today? And the final G is God. For a lot of you, when you ask you, what would you want to be in the next future, in the next 5 years? You get afraid. Why? Because you're like, I don't know what. But God knows the future. And He's already in your future. And so it makes sense that you are going with the person that knows the road. Abi? The feeling you have when you're going somewhere for the first time, you are afraid. You're telling the boss, you're going with the conductor, I don't know the place, so please let me know when I get to the bus stop. Oh, it's different when you're going with somebody who knows the road. You just sometimes you can't sleep in the bus and open your mouth because you know the person will wake you up when you get there. So go with God. He's already in your future. Now, if for whatever reason you still feel like, oh, I still have time. You know your age now, right? How old are you now? Don't say it out. Add 8 years to it. Add 8 years to your age now. Now, you think about it. By that time, in the next 8 years, you'll be done with secondary school, done with university. For some people, they'll be working already. For some people, they are somebody's daddy already and mommy. So you tell yourself, in the next 8 years, it's not far. Start working on it now. What's the first G? Have clear goals. Second G? Grit. Third G? Growth. Fourth G? Thank you very much. That's all I'll give you.
Wow. How many of you really enjoyed this session? Good. So I want you to say a big thank you to Mercy and Ore. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Ore.